Switch technology screens. We have quite a lot to do today. I'm glad that sorry about that. I'm glad I got up and I did the whatchamacallit, I did the fixed frame screen yesterday because as I said before, I never know what the Lord's going to have planned for me when I get up. So we're going to be coating a piece of plexiglass today. I forgot I had that downstairs. It's going to be perfect for a 235.1 setup since we do have that projector here. Because that screen was designed for 235.1 setup. Right now, we switched over to 720p. Yesterday, we were using a 1080p projector. We switched over to 720p. Because as I said before in demonstrations, what you see in the demonstrations, what caliber projectors are using, in order to get that same screen quality, that picture quality, you have to have that same projector. And what better way to show this technology off when just doing 720ps? We've done 1080p's time and time, but I want to do base of a chunk of the demonstrations and the Relic 720p projectors because I want to show people at the end of the day that they don't have to spend a ton of money for a projector. And one of the cheap things I see a lot in demonstrations is these ridiculous, insane projectors are used to try to make the screen look good. And that's something I definitely don't like doing. Calibrating projectors, poorly lit environments, that's stuff I'm strongly against because again, it's deceiving and it lies to the customer right from the door. And it's something they should not be doing. Like I said, for some of these certified screens out here, if we're going to be spending $3,000 for a screen, quite a lot of money, $5,000 for a screen. But keep in mind, they are using a very high-end projector in these demonstrations. So again, someone's going to be using anything lower than that, it's not going to get the same picture quality. That's why I like using these 720p older projectors in our demonstrations because, again, our projectors we use for our demonstrations are very affordable and extremely cheap, and anyone can basically, have the image we're actually producing because the projector is very affordable. So right now we're doing some more demonstrations on the 44. This is a 44 professional black, and it has that new gain we attached to it. The new gain is called Advanced Ambient Light Rejection. The XFER stands for transfer. So it transfers light. Light actually passes back and forth through the screen constantly. So basically that's what the if people ask me what the XFER, it's abbreviation for transfer. That's what it's designed. It's designed to transfer light back and forth through the screen. All right, so let's show you how amazing this looks on my 720p projector. This is my Chrissy, outdated. This is my beat up projector too. This is my work projector. My work projector looks horrendous. Look at this, covered in paint and everything. Yeah, it's my work projector. So I'll give you the model, show you the model number. Let's scoop around this real quick. That's my old projector right there. See how dirty it is? That's my work projector. So that we don't come on here with fancy projectors and calibrating and all that stuff. Now I'm strongly against that nonsense because, again, customer needs to know exactly what they're getting. All right, so I'll show you this while I'm getting prepped and getting ready downstairs because I have to be outside and it's raining today, but hopefully we get a break in there because the surface I got to paint is not that big. I just need it for a setup. See if we can get her to react today. Well, she's not reacting. There, she was having a moment. See how beautiful that looks? And again, 720p. My price for my projector I paid for was $272, $270. And that's it. Another friend was going to say, they look just like TVs. Yeah, they do. They look just like TVs. And again, no calibrating, no expensive projectors. It's ultra short though compatible. It does a lot of amazing things. Look at that crazy reflection from the water coming off the shark. All right, so let me get ready because I got to be downstairs and get this thing done, and you guys will be coming with me. Hey, Taco. That's beautiful name in the neighborhood. What are you doing, you little taco man? Not any sound, Taco. I know my speakers are working. Let me see, are we hooked up? Yeah, we're hooked up. Let's see why we don't have any sound over here. Turn everything on. Okay. We left the speakers plugged in last night. Let me go get a cord for that. I just thought I turned those things off last night. Apparently I did not. Sorry about that, we got no sound because I'm gonna put sound in right now. I thought I turned my speakers off yesterday. I actually turned them on, and I freaking battery on my PAs. So let's get that running. Should be okay now.
Line in.
All right, that's good. Make sure we got all that stuff up here when I put this stuff. Okay, I have it. Won't come away from some real actual videos on here. Alright, gotta pause this for a minute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna need it on there. I gotta go outside. I have to do a sheet of plexiglass. So we're gonna do a 235.1 setup for plexiglass today. And we're gonna bring down the 235.1 projector, set that up in the next room. Because that way that setup is designed, it looks just like a TV. That's the way it looks, because I have to be in a form site later on tonight to show off the 44. And that'll also too be on a 720p projector also. Let me see, make sure everything on. We got keys. We got keys on us? Keys. Yeah, okay. Let's just start making all. Well, if I made all my products concentrated, then everything will be spray on it, which we don't want everything to be spray on because we have customers again that may get intimidated by a paint sprayer, but it's not hard to do. It really isn't. Ugh, man, seriously? I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. What if we get jammed up on one over here? Yeah, so it's not hard to do. It's very easy. There's my scrap frame we built. All that of scraps in the shop. I keep telling people at the end of the day, some people go out and buy all brand new lumber to build a frame. For what? You're hanging a screen off of it. The surface we got, like I said, because we use that kind of PVC plastic surface. And the reason why I like it, because it molds to the frame. And then once the formula makes contact with it, it has a different reaction. It comes out nice and smooth. So this right here is a screen that has that plastic. Now we're going to be giving this to you for free, the surface. You can see it right there. See that plastic right there? Now, see how smooth that looks? There you go. And for some reason, the formula, when it connects with that surface, it just goes on. I don't know what it does, expands, whatever it does, but it just goes on smooth. So, to make sure my customers are not running around trying to figure out what we use in our demonstration to do this, we're going to pack that surface in for free. It'll be a size up to 120 inches. So that gives you an option of a 100 inch or 120 inch. You'll have enough in the container. We haven't decided on the ounces yet. So imagine that at 120 inches with that smooth black surface attached to it, and that performance we got going on upstairs right now. All right, so let's get disconnected because we got enough air in the shop. Did I bring keys downstairs? I know I brought keys downstairs. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Now, I already decided, we'll say we, me and Lord, we are going to, I don't know whether we're going to remove it. We definitely going to remove it. That's definitely going to happen. We'll probably have a sale on it before we remove it for good. That technology is going to be over with our contract distributors, which have to contact them and let them know what's going to be available for them and won't be available for the site, which is good because when we develop products for our contracts, that means a customer can't go in, they can't go through the website and order around them. They have to go directly through them because, again, either it's not on the website or we custom design it strictly for them only. A lot of the formulas that we develop that you will not ever see on YouTube and they're marked on private videos is between us and who we have contracts with. They will see the technology that we're developing. No one else will see it. So that's why I explain to people that don't worry about what you can see. I'm sorry about that. Worry about what you can't see. There's a lot of stuff that we develop in a day, transferring information back and forth that off YouTube, some people have no idea what we're working on. The only time you would know about a technology unless we bring it up on YouTube, say, hey, this is what we're working on today. You wouldn't know anything about 38s and 39s and Phantoms and none of them unless we brought it to the attention that we were developing this, because we have other businesses that we deal with offline that associate with these products. So when we pull an item off the site, it's not going for good. It's actually going someplace else. That's where it's going. And they like the fact that no one else can go to the website and get it because only they will have it. So it goes somewhere. All right, so we're going to be doing this sheet of plexiglass over here. This is the one I got with stands on it. And I think that's going to make a nice little TV-like display right there when we go on our form sites today. I want to do a nice little TV-like setting so they think that's a TV. Because when they go on that site, they expect for any screen that pops up on their forum site to be gray or white. That's what they always expect, or gunmetal, but you rarely see gunmetals in there. But anyway, mostly you'll see gray and white screens in there. I don't know why I'm putting a white screen with an OLED forum site. I don't know why. I don't know. I can't explain that one. Where's my my formula over here? So I can't explain that one. All right. I don't know why you would even be in there, to tell you the truth, honestly. There's no reason for you to be in there because you can't really match the television. It's jet black. All right, let me see what we got to do here. We got the bring the screen outside. That we definitely have to do that. That would help. Also, too, this is also a much smoother application than the paint. The paint is nice, it is, but this has a much smoother application because it's being put onto the sprayer. And number one, the formula is very fine. All right, let's go outside and get the mask. Let's get this done so I can get this done, set up, and go from there. Like I said, not hard to do. If some of y'all want to practice before you hit your screen, they have on the Wagner 250, they have a little mat or kind of like a setting you put on the floor. It shows you how far you have to stand back from the screen to coat it in, but it's not hard. If you can operate an aerosol can, you can operate a paint sprayer. That's why in my demonstrations, we like to use paint sprayers that, again, people can relate to. Not some hose and compressor nonsense, because again, you make it overwhelming for the customer who may decide that wants to paint the screen with a sprayer, that he's looking at this complicated piece of machinery, and that's something you don't want to do. So that's why we use the Wagner 250s. Number one, they're affordable, they're not expensive, they're like under like $70, and on top of that, very easy to use. Not all the knobs and kind of crazy buttons all over it, you don't have to worry about that. Good gracious, that went on super smooth. Yeah, that went on really. So we declare plexiglass is a doable. It coated perfectly. Usually, when we're doing like a surface, if it starts to bead a little bit, then we know we're going to have to do multiple coats because that means the surface is not going to adapt to it. It's much like when we do like a fixed frame screen and it has that protective coating. And if we start seeing white start to push to the screen, that means we have to put a light coating on it first to put a foundation, and then we can apply the screen on it the second time a little heavier. It'll apply. Well, if I'm coating the surface with a Canon and I see little beads start popping up, that tells me right there that the surface is not going to adapt well the first time around. So to put on a light coating, then come again. That second one, boom, that fast. It just grabbed right onto the screen. I was like, oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. That is really good. Okay, that's definitely good. Okay. We're also going to be doing, the reason why this product's going to take a little bit more to go because, to ship out, because again, we have patent pending. We're actually putting on the formula because this technology is going to carry over to 67s. We have the logo, all that. I want everything to be locked in. This is the starting point to us going the next level. I'm not joking. I'm definitely getting 2 storefronts because I need this technology in a display setting that the everyday Joe can walk into this establishment and see these screens on display. And man, I've already got an offer, actually got 2 offers from 2 banks that are willing to give me a massive loan, but we don't need it because again, I built my portfolio. This is why I stayed in the house and I concentrated on my craft because I had a much bigger picture that I was staring at. I got plenty of time for vacation and running about the earth. Right now I need to concentrate on work and what I want to build for my future. And for my future, I want to be able to have my technology in stores, and that's what I want. So that's what I'm working for. Just like when I first started my business in a little rented room, I wanted to have it on a point where people were buying from me and people were watching my demonstrations and stuff like that. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got. I went from a little rented room to this place right here. Tell me, my Lord, it's not good. I mean, I remember wanting a big enough place to have a big enough workshop, plenty of light, and access to a big backyard for work. And Lord blessed me with a huge basement to work in for my projects, plenty of room in the house to display my screens in different environments, and then blessed me with a huge backyard that I can do massive displays outside and got a nice deck and everything. And my next level, I am going to be working on getting a lot of land for my next stage because I want to build bigger screens. Matter of fact, I might buy that right there. Well, I'm not going to build them. I don't want to be broadcasting on my property. I want to get a test facility. So I do want a kind of, I like the shipping container homes. You ever seen those before? They're fantastic. I want an office and work environment test facility made with those shipping container setups. And that way I can have a big enough area in the back where I can set up giant screens. Oh man, I'm gonna get me one of those drones that follow you around and record everything. Yeah, I'm gonna do everything pretty cool. It's been pretty cool. So I can't wait to get to that next stage. But you know, I spent my time crafting and working and waiting, and that's what I did when I had the room. I learned patience in that room. Patience is very important. I learned patience in that room. I sat in that room for 4 years, and I slept on the floor for 4 years. And somebody, why do you sleep on the floor? Because I didn't have the room for a bed because my paint and my things took up all the room in there. So I made sacrifices. I slept on the floor every day for 4 years. And the sacrifice paid off. And it taught me patience because at one point, I thought I was never going to get out of there. I thought I was going to be stuck in that room forever and didn't realize my company was literally accumulating so much work, so much wealth that I could leave at any given time, but didn't realize it, that I had the ability to go. So now I can see exactly where my company's working at now to get to another stage that we want to get to. And these particular formulas that we're making, these spray-on formulas, not only, like I said, when we get to a certain stage, we're going to have probably strictly screens only. I haven't decided on that yet, but I want something where the customer doesn't have to do any work at all. Just take it out, connect it to the wall, and be done. We still have quite a lot of paint. left over. So the application doesn't take much to do. Let me get the screen in here so we can get it ready and dry, and then we can get a demonstration off of it. I don't have time for all that. There's a lot of work I have to do. Oh, why are you so? You definitely should not be on this. Even though I don't have speakers at work now, they're always shutting off all this. Now, the reason why I like the whole thing about the whole shipping container, building a warehouse out of that, because, or basically a test facility, because the stuff I can attach to it. And some of these shipping containers are refrigeration units for transferring food back and forth. I definitely could need one of those right there, especially if I can get something with a huge, massive fan, where it can blow tons of cold air, something like 40 below zero would be nice to test the screen in. And then I can have certain ones designed to actually for like extreme heat. I can control weather. That would be fantastic. I can do one inside, and we can have actual screens outside in the weather condition. We can have a submerged tank where we can submerge screens underwater. Oh, there's just so much stuff I can have. Oh, one of the areas I want to do for basically advancing ambient light projection technology, I want a test area that looks like a freaking greenhouse in there. I want light to hit every section in there so the screen can't hide from any light. And that way we can test our screens to see how much light they can absorb in. I can have another area basically just for everyday lighting that we can test the screens on, commercial lighting and home and all. It's just amazing what we could do with the testing. I can't wait. That's what I'm excited about. That's going to be the fun part. But that's what I want. And then we can have cameras in there, live feed, so people can come in, log in, and they can see the everything at work. Now the reason why we're going to have a login account for this is because that way we can keep a record of who's actually in there and who's not. So that's what that's going to be for. My buddy's a computer expert. He's the one doing all the work on that. That's his field. I mean, I work with computers in some ways, yeah, but he's like freaking way next level. He used to work for Microsoft for security encryption and all that crazy stuff. So he's like, he's way up there. He's gonna hook me up. All right. So we have the surface here. Oh, that's peachy. That fan right there never knows which way it wants to go. This way or this way, that way, it doesn't know. It never knows. Then it fell that way, then it fell the other way. It hit my screen. I'm having a hot cup of tea. I haven't had hot tea last couple of days. Right, there's a container in it. One of the tests we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get an all-white surface. And we're going to have to see how fast does the application apply to a white surface without priming. That's another test we have to do. So you can see all the crazy tests we have to do. It's a lot of testing. That's why I said it has to be more than just painting a screen on a surface and just throwing it up in a dark environment. No, there's so much stuff you have to test. Different surfaces, especially when you're doing a spray-on application. Roll-on is a little easier. Spray-on can be temperamental, so we have to make sure we get this right, because I don't want people trying to spray certain things and that doesn't work out and this doesn't work out. We need to know this is going to work 100%. So when I talk to a customer, I can give them a guarantee by saying, yes, it'll work on that. We tested it. Here's the video. Here you go. See? That's why the video is important. Like right now, I can say that projector works at 1,000 lumens. We had it on 1,000 lumens upstairs. We had it on an Optima portable 3,000 lumen projector upstairs. If there's a hot spot, we had it at 5,200 lumens. We had it at 4,000 lumens. Can we use it outside? We've done that already. We've been outside. Is it ultra short throw compatible? We've been out there too. What about ultra short throw versus certified? Went out and did that one too. And that screen already did a 3-screen application for certified screens. But we're going to do 30. That's why the big screen's being built. I also need to see it on the maximum size, which is 120 inches. But if we get it to a point where we can apply it on anything, then pretty much that kind of, you can go outside the kit and go a little bigger. I don't know. We're only going to make it in a certain size container, but I don't know. We'll see about that. We had so much to do. We still had to go through a test on basically how the surface was going to be applied, because like I said, I do not want to do a multi-coat application. I really don't. If I'm doing a 150-inch screen, there's no way I'm doing that twice. All right, let's go pop upstairs because we have the screen running right now. A lot of work to do. Oh, it's coming out beautiful. It's drying nicely. And then we have to recalculate how fast it takes the screen to dry, depending on the size of the screen. Because not all screens are going to dry the same way. So that's why I use the cheap 720p projectors in the demonstrations. And we use paint sprayers that anybody can use at the end of the day. And they're very affordable. Very easy to clean up, very easy way to keep maintenance on them, stuff like that. So there's the screen right there. That is with the 1-coat application, the same thing we sprayed downstairs. There. That's where fire sticks be having issues at the end of the day. There we go. Alright, what is she doing now? Or what is YouTube doing now? What is YouTube requesting? New commands and controls that I don't need all that. We don't even use any of that to begin with. Yeah, we never used it. I requests. This is why before I was using a 1080p projector, It's still a $300 projector at the end of the day. It's an old projector. But if I'm going to be showing off how advanced the technology is, let's do the demonstrations in 720p. I will bring a 4K projector on later on, but like I said, we're going to be dealing with different clientele, especially online and offline, especially for this technology. And people are going to want to see what it looks like in 4K. So we are going to bring out a 4K projector. But for right now, testing, we want it in 720p because my customers look at this and go, wow, if you got a 720p 2012 old projector to look like that, imagine what it's going to look like on my projector. All our customers' projectors are better than ours. That's the whole purpose. Usually when you watch these certified companies, their projectors are far better than yours. Unless you have the same thing they have. That godforsaken Sony ultra short throw projector coffee table. Woo! I don't know how many people in the room had that thing. But they can't come on camera and they can't say, well, hey, look, even though we're using this massive monster of a projector, you're going to get the same image that this projector. They can't say that. No. That'll get them in a lot of trouble. They'll just talk about how amazing the screen looks and just forget about that they're using a $50,000 projector in a demonstration. So we're going to take our little setup. My screen downstairs is an 80-inch, 235.1 plexiglass. We're going to set the stands up. We're going to put it over here in my setting over here. I'm going to use it to watch some cartoons off of it. And we're going to hook up our $100 projector and do a 235.1 setup on that one. That'll be fun to watch. Now I'm starting my collection today. I'm going online and we're going to different form sites, not form sites, but different companies to get samples of certified screens. I need about 30 to go against this screen of long throw. We need about 7 to 8 ultra short throws for the screen also too for testing. This will be the most affordable technology that we have on this level for basically going against certified screens. That's what we're designing it for, to compete with the certifieds. So that's why we need that many certifieds. I would love, pray on it, see if the Lord allowed me to get one of them. I need a black diamond. I'm going to see what a black diamond looks like next to this. I do know that in contrast of us in color, we can take it with no problem. White levels, we won't have a problem. We can move pretty much that whole screen right there. Now mind you, we are going to be this week working on heightening the screen's white level capabilities. Even though they are extremely high, we want them a bit higher. I'm engineering this for certified screens. So we can come on in, we can go to a form site and say, look, here's a $5,000 screen at 100 inches. This is a 120 inch at $640. We beat them on every level. You spent $5,000 for a projector. I spent $270 to $100 for a projector. You're in an ambient light controlled environment. I can be in a fully lit environment right next to a window. And you're stuck inside. There is no way in the world they're dragging a $5,000 screen outside. No, it's not going to happen. Ours can go outside. It's completely weatherproof. So I'm not going to be surprised that we may get offers. I'm not going to be surprised. And I'm not interested because I have something I want to build and design. Ooh, let's do this one right here. I like this one. Let me get my area set up for our new screen over here. very good to keep making fine possible. So by keeping your body parts. So, in order to get that image right there, take this technology and a 720p $270 projector. That's it. So if you're thinking this is a 44, what does a 67 look like? Can't show you that yet. Not yet. It is going to be our ultimate flagship. But until then, 44 is untouchable. And it will be. As I say here on camera, it's untouchable. Every certified screen delay against it is going to do what it's designed to do. It's designed to compete. No power is certified. More projection than I do at the end of the day. My goodness. Who is in here watching? That's why you always see him on the sofa, because he's always watching the screen. He loves to watch. When I told you about the scenery, how it's supposed to be green, not that washed out kind of bit. That's why I'm showing you right here. It's supposed to be green. It's supposed to be pop. We're going to do a wallpaper next. I've got to see some wallpaper. Now the application went on quite nicely for the plexiglass downstairs. We're going to do a wallpaper next. This time we're going to prime it gray and see how fast it takes for the application to cover the gray to completely black. Because if I have a customer who primes the surface and he says, okay, do I have to prime this dark because it's dark? These are the things you have to be a test and know at the end of the day. Because these questions will come up. Tests work out the way I think they should, that means I can take my 127-inch out the side and I can blast it for the ones bringing up the driveway because there's no entries from the basement stairs. I can just record over that and be done. And we'll try motorized projection, screen, fixed frame screen, stuff like that. While this is playing, let me get my other projector ready to 235.1 and put it set up down here. Oh, I forgot, we have to be that far back. We're going to short throw. How does the screen respond to lights on and off? You really can't tell the difference. You can't. I'll show you. That's why I paused it there for you. Lights off, lights on. Lights off, lights on. Lights off, lights on. Lights off, lights on. See? It doesn't even fluctuate, nothing at all, period. Just like a TV. Usually the color would change a little bit. If it's changing, it ain't by much. But I'm not seeing it. Taco, you need one of these in your bedroom. Oh, your cat? Your cat literally has his own room. We're blessed to get the other property. Top of what we have in his own room. His room is going to be nice. At least it'll be much bigger than what it is now. So it'll be customized and all different kinds of scaffolds that he can jump on. I might get another cat too on top of that. So he has somebody to play around there with. Make it the ultimate cat playground. And I want to make an outside area so he can get outside without being outside, if you know what I mean. Because there's coyotes in that section. And again, I don't want him to become food for another animal. But I'm going to make a nice playground area we can run around in. Now the camera's monitoring so I can see exactly where he's at or if he has any problems up there. But other than that, he's quite well. This is the one. They don't put anything on this one. It's straight. I don't know what it is. Unless it's on some vegetables or that would be nice. Oh, this right here would be perfect. I love the fact that when I get a chance to talk to my customers and I say I haven't bought a projector yet, and I always ask them, what's your budget? And they're around $1,500, $3,000. I'm like, oh, you're spending way too much money. They always ask what we're using in the demonstration. We've got old projectors in our demonstrations. We don't use expensive projectors, so you don't have to spend that kind of money if you don't want to. It's not like you're being forced. When you're doing certified screens, they're forcing you, saying that in order to get this, you got to upgrade to a better model, you got to do this and do that and blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. If the screen, it's as good as it's supposed to be, you don't have to use 4K. You don't have to use 1080p if you don't want to. I just tell you that to make you buy more expensive machines on a screen that literally should be working on it. It's a lot of money for a screen. Spend $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 for a screen. You mean to tell me the only projector you can pretty much use on it is another expensive commodity to it? And then at that, you're still stuck in an ambient light controlled environment. You still got to calibrate, and you can't even pull 100% contrast level, even if you have a 2 million to 1. That is not worth the money. It's a shame because everybody who advertises on YouTube says the same protocol nonsense. You gotta calibrate, you gotta have to spend the money for expensive projection. Oh, that's nonsense. You have to have a special screen for ultra short throw, blah, blah, blah. You have to have a special screen for outside, blah, 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 blah. So I can take a $68 or a $78 motorized projection screen and I can convert it into this technology and I can basically take out a $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 screen at 720p. It's a shame these companies put this out there and then people review put it out there and then the forum sites put it out there and the consumer comes along and he believes that nonsense. And this is where all the demonstrations we see don't match ours. They want to use this for advertising for some of the places we're acquiring contracts for. So we give them free items within the contract agreement, and they advertise for us. Can you imagine this being your menu? Most people would spend the money for one of those commercial TVs. You know how much those things cost at the end of the day. And depending on how big it is more how much you're going to spend. I literally want a hamburger right now. I seriously want to see. I'm going on Amazon. Buy me a freaking some hamburgers. They're super fresh. You know, super fresh. Super fresh. Stop in there. Yeah, I want some shish kebabs and I want some freaking hamburgers this week. I'm barbecuing. And a big fan of the peppers. It's still delicious. Doctor, you didn't stop for that. Nothing over there got you goat. Nope. Taco like cereal. And like I said, I could show nothing but contrast, but what's the point? The screen is jet black, so I'm just going to do it. Most important thing is to show the screen's white level capabilities. Some people think white levels only pertain to basically snow levels. No, white levels are being seen right now. If the screen could generate a high enough white level, you would be to see any of that. That's why the color balance is very tricky, because again, black levels are too high, colors too dark. White levels are too high, colors fade out and they wash out. That's why we did that demonstration with the black paint versus the gray paint, and you will see the difference with how it fluctuates. We'll get started real quick. Oh, that's fantastic. We lost our charger. It's somewhere weird. Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, I found it. An area it shouldn't have been at, but that's just me personally. That's what I do. Gotta rewind this video back a little bit. Sorry about that, people trying to get the charger in here and it's fighting me. Get in there. Really? Alright. I'm going to go back a little on that one right there. I have no idea. When you don't need a charge, easy to get into your phone. When your phone's on its last little bit, you're all thumbs. This is going to be show up the screen's 100% contrast levels. Mason at 120 inches, and we get that one built. The surface comes in tomorrow, so we'll be working on that. Keep in mind, this is 720p on this technology. An old 720p at that. And we've also had this screen outside too. Man, looks just like it does here, and it does out there, same way. We had it on 1,000 lumens. We had it on a 3,000 lumen Pico projector. Yeah, 3,000 lumen Pico. It's not a Pico, it's a portable projector. I believe we need Optima. That projector, you can get them on eBay for $34, believe it or not. All the projectors in the house are under $600. The highest I paid for a projector is $500. That's it. Probably gonna use this thing. So I'll take these out. Little dots. And we're going to do this. Speakers off. leaving those things on. Alright, we can disconnect the unit and put it over here. Test this out, test it nice out. Sure. Okay, cool. Disconnect it from here, so I gotta use my headphones. Yeah, all right, work on this. All right. I guess it's gotta be top though. No, that's me. Wishing well, underneath the sycamore tree. Oh, okay, here we go. Ooh, man, that's weird. Alright, I don't need this. That's way too high. Yeah, that's definitely way too high. We've never have that much. Now we have something lower. Much lower. You're getting one short throw, so that's something else right there. Alright, that's definitely not going to work. What's the use the last time for this? My keyboard. I can't use that. That's definitely not going to work. I need to run my PC through this one over here. If you just set that one back up, just run the PC through it. Wow. I'm forgetting how awesome sure goes, man. Sure goes projectors over here. Crazy. How close we have to be to this thing? If this is a hit, I'm not even that close. We're literally gonna have to be right up on top of the screen. Oh, I hate that. I keep forgetting we got a short throw projector over here, so we gotta be on top of the screen. I hate being on top of the screen. Oh, it's burning me up, man. didn't give me any challenge whatsoever. Well, I gotta see if it's gonna react to plexiglass, but still, we gotta get another long throw. Definitely gonna have to pick up another long throw. We're way too close to the screen. I hate being that close to the screen. I really do. I like the long throw effects because, again, it's too easy. I'm sitting up on top of the screen. But unfortunately, we have to be that way because it's a short throw projector. We need to fit inside the screen. That sucks. So I need to get something to tilt the projector up. That's exactly what I need. Taco, you in your boxes. Your boxes. Wondering why I'm sneezing so much? Mr. Bird did a whole bunch of lawn work yesterday. Something went up my nose. Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I have no idea what that was in those bushes over there, but I know one thing. Tomorrow when I get the chance, I'm going out there with a mask and kill it. That thing jacked me up. I don't know what that was. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to fit right in here. What am I gonna do to get you in this car? Wow. My way. My way. Underneath the sycamore tree. We don't want to be that close, but we have to. So I had a long throw projector. I had it all the way back by the fireplace, which I like that much better. But I just don't like being that close on top of the screen. Let's disconnect over here. I'm gonna run my big boy over here too, because I'm going to run both units. I'm going to run the big boy off the PC. It's just having the screen right here. This is what's irking the daylights out right now. I am extremely irked right now. Just, I don't like doing demonstrations with the projector too close and having a screen like that. I don't. And I'm seeing some things here I don't like on the plexiglass. This is the reason why we have a special surface for it. Alright, it coated well, but I'm seeing some stuff I don't like already. It's not doing a good job of basically canceling out the light. And we shouldn't be having that issue, not even this close. So that's why we have that surface designed for it. Let me see. Let me get my stand in here. So at least I can have my projector set up in here. But I want to have a look at this and see what would be the reaction. Let's get our lights on. See that area right in there? This is what I'm picking up. And all surfaces are going to work well with this. The application went on quite nicely, but still, there is this shine right up in there, and that's what's bugging me. On the other one, we don't have it. We don't have that problem. Interesting. White screensaver. There you go. See, I told you. Right there. That tells us at the end of the day, plexiglass is a no can do. And that's good to know. Because if someone had coated this with $640 and coated this with plexiglass and that reaction popped off, that would be good. Which means it does not react well to plexiglass. The formula works fine. It depends on which surface it's going to activate perfectly with. Sometimes they don't marry with every surface. 39 Extreme Black Widows, you can't paint that on stucco, you can't paint it on a polyester tarp because it will lift up from the tarp and it will separate. You can't even take it out. It will not work if you put on a polyester tarp. We tried it, it does not work. And anyway, we sprayed it, rolled it, whatever, it won't work. So we know you can't use it. It says right there in the description. This, we know that it will not work with plexiglass. This is designed for light to transfer back and forth through the screen. And mind you, this projector right here is 3,600 lumens. The projector we had over there is 4,000. And we even hit the thing with an ultra short throw and it didn't pull up this like it did on the screen. So it tells you plexiglass is definitely a no-go. But we already got plans to pack it with the surface that comes with. All right, that's all I need to see. So I'm going to roll over that 38. 38, I'm going to tell you 39, I'm saying 38. 39's extremes, you can roll over anything with that stuff. This formula is a little different. Alright, let's put it back over here. That one runs the piece again now. That's good to know. So we'll try some other materials. We're going to try some other materials. We got to see exactly what's going to work, what's not going to work. That's why if you go to the 39s or any of the formulas we make, you will see a detailed product description in there, and we will see at one section that says surface application. In there, you will see what you can code it to and what you can't code it to, because we've already done the test. I'm not going to, anything you see in that product description, those are all tests that were done on the product. So you know, we can tell you 100% if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. See? This is why I can't express enough why tests are extremely important and why you do not second guess anything. Second guessing stuff will come back and bite you in the face. We have only a ton of power cords up there. Good gracious. 6 over 2 power cords for what? What are you running up here? I gotta put that back upstairs. Dedicated room. At least we know now. You know, some people will see that area pop up and they'll go, well, you know, we just won't use it with short throw projectors. No, that's not enough. This technology has to work with everything we have in the house. I have short throw projectors in the house. We got long throw, we got ultra short throw. So if I want to swap my machines out, I do not want to be stuck in a situation where I have to say, well, I can't use this particular, I'm not saying that to the day. It better work with all my stuff in here. I want to have a screen where I can't choose what I want to put on it. No, the surface, that particular surface is not going to go well with it. Cordless sound, or cordless sound. What is it?
Line in.
That's good. In our product description, we will put in no plexiglass. Now, like I said, this will come with a surface already. It does 100 inch to 120 inch. The surface is free. This is a kit. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? Nothing. So you see that glare? Nothing. This is a 4,000 lumen projector, much more powerful than the one we just used a few minutes ago. That's how we know if the screen basically, if the heightener is not acting correctly. It just doesn't work on that surface. The plexiglass it will not work on. So the surface that comes with it actually works quite fine. Now we're testing on some other stuff like wood and stuff like that, see how that reacts from there, but most likely it's probably going to work well on this technology, the surface we have here. And like I said, I really don't like the surface because number one, the surface actually grips around the frame and comes down nice and flat. Actually, this is the surface right here. We use this. We made this screen. So while you guys are watching that, I'm going to put my area back here back together and put the projector back upstairs to the wall. So I can have that for my 235.1 demonstration later on. Now because we are going to be removing the gamer, we're going to be removing the Titan, and we're going to be removing the gunmetal. We will have a sale on those particular items. They'll be available on 32s. 32s paint up to a 150-inch screen of our product. If you need proof, we did the demonstrations already. So that's how we know exactly how much paint it takes. We literally have to paint the screen to do it. All right, so yeah, we're going to have a sale on those. So it's going to be marked down pretty low. And then we're going to remove it from the website for good. We're going to be setting that technology for our contract distributors only. So anytime you see something leave the site, it's not discontinued. It's being removed someplace else. Right now, this technology is the dominant. I told you the Black Widow, the black technology is the dominant technology. When you have a screen that can generate white levels, literally this high, there is no point in making a gunmetal screen. What is the point? The screen generates a 100% contrast level. No matter how advanced we make a gunmetal screen, they will never be able to compete with this technology because the screen pulls a 100% black level. And if it has the capability to pull a very high white level along with that and beautiful vivid colors, then guess what? There's nothing that we have that will be to stand against it. And proving that, this screen will go against 30 gunmetal and certified screens, and it will take every single one of them on with a smile on its face without a problem. And right now, just to show you how powerful the screen is, we're using a 720p 2012 outdated projector. I guarantee your projector is better than the one I got here in the demonstration. Oh, and I have to add this in real quick. Sorry about that. It does not support knockoffs. So don't try it, please. Because I'll have people go in and they'll see it right there in writing. Do not use knockoff projectors. They'll buy it anyway. We got a knockoff downstairs. I think I paid about 90 bucks for it. Claims to be 15,000 lumens and 8K. We'll set that up and show you why. So we advise you, do not do it. Not with any of our products. Remember the 8-man incident? Yeah, that tells you right there. Don't do it.
After saving with customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, I customize everything. Like Marco's backpack.
Skyworth food demonstration.
For those who
Getting that
love
from
peanut butter.
YouTube.
I love the display screen's white level capabilities. Absolutely amazing. We are still in 720p. So we're at for time here. All right, we're good. Now when we're done here, we are going to still have to finish our surface test. So we've got a couple more of the surfaces I want to use, but mainly I think we're going to stick with what we have here. That surface works perfectly fine, no problem whatsoever. Like I said, the average screen in a home, biggest is 120 inch. Now, like I said, if we want to go to much larger screen, that's why we have the 39, which those demonstrations are matched. Keep in mind, I have a 108 inch screen attached to my ceiling, and I could actually display images off that ceiling while the light is in the center of the screen. On a projector that cost me 140 bucks. I think that's where we're going to keep it at. 100 inch to 120, the surface we have. All right. This is where I got to call it quits for right now. I got to come back in a few minutes because I want to lay up white sheets of paper against the screen. We need to see exactly where the screen white levels are at. We're still going to heighten it. We're still going to put in a much more advanced white level on it, but still, I want to see where we're at right now. All right, with that being said, I'll be back in about a minute because I need to see that for myself for testing, and we need to have it on record. Have to go. Thank you all, and God bless. Let's see, where is that button at? Over here.